Hello everybody, Jose Rodriguez. I just printed this on, guess what? This printer. Oh my gosh, what a crime to print something silly like text on a Pro-1000. Well, I just had to print something. It hasn't run for a couple of days, so had to do it. Anyway, it started as soon as it received the cue to print to do a agitation, meaning the little pistons in those compartments started to flow. Taka 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 ta, taka 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 ta. Ta, 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 like that. And once it is done, it runs a little quick head priming and spit out the black and white, basically, text page. And then afterwards, it did another one to make sure that the print head is actually primed after the print job. Had I printed multiple copies, it would not have done that head priming until it was done. About 30 seconds off from the last print, it will perform that. So don't be scared when you hear that. That's what it's doing. Now, I have 10 subjects that I'm going to be creating videos for, okay? And some of them are going to probably upset a few people because nobody wants to accept the fact that, hey, the reason you're getting weird results, it might be your fault, okay? Because you still don't really know the process and how to nail it down and be super consistent. That is the key to successful home printing. Let's cover the topics, shall we? Number one, I want to start printing my own photos. So what printer should I buy? Well, not only what printer you should buy, but what equipment you need to buy besides the printer to be able to nail down a complete, repeatable printing process that today, tomorrow, next week, next month, and a year from now will produce the same results. What? Is that possible? Of course it is. Yes, it is. Number two, how do I find the perfect photo paper? Well, you need to buy some of those sample packs from various suppliers. But I suggest that before you even think about doing that, master the process with regular paper that comes with the printer. In other words, if it's Canon, any of the Canon papers. If it's Epson, any of the common Epson papers. Yes, RC papers. Start simple at first. Master it so you can predict what's going to come out of that printer. Okay? Or you can't do that. That's because you're not following the correct workflow. Okay? Number three. Yeah, it's gonna get a little upsetting. I know. Why do I see repetitive banding on my prints? There are several reasons. Some of them are mechanical, and some of them are because you simply haven't performed certain operations. We'll touch on that. It could be a multiple set of reasons for that to occur. Number four, hey, I just saw a great deal on Craigslist, on eBay, for a used printer. Should I buy it? What do I have to look for? What do I have to check? Or will it just be a brick once it arrives at home? Well, we're going to talk about all the aspects of doing that. Many of my printers were purchased used, especially my Epson printers, and I was able to revive them and get them to work perfectly well. So we'll touch on that. That was number four. Now for number five. Hey, can I modify one of my Epson cartridges? Well, back in the older days, yes, you could, but not today. Okay, it's pretty much impossible. Although printers like the P800, if you live in Europe or any other part of the world outside of the North American continent, yes, you can modify those P800 cartridges. Okay, there are videos where I walk you through every single step you need to do that to allow you to refill those cartridges. But how are you going to reset them? We're going to touch lightly on that subject. People think that you can do that, but number six, guess what is causing the color cast on your prints? It's not your printer. It's not your printer. 7, how in the world are you not getting a neutral black and white print? That one I don't get whatsoever. Okay, that one I just do not understand. You are definitely doing something wrong. We're going to cover all the aspects, the ones that I know of, and hopefully solve the problems that some people are having with monochrome prints that are just simply not neutral. It just never happens to me, so I don't understand why it's happening to anyone else. We'll cover that subject and touch on all of the things that you need to cover, basically, so that you do get consistent neutral results. This is kind of a preview of what's coming in the next week and a half, folks. It's not going to be a regular video like I normally do, just so you know what's coming. And by the way, this Sunday, live stream, so don't forget, we'll talk about that at the end. And 8, we're going to actually print a neutral black and white print live. Well, live on video. I'm going to take you to the computer. I'm going to have a camera on a tripod looking at my screen. I'm going to do a picture-in-picture as I set up an image, either in Photoshop or Lightroom, to print it in neutral monochrome mode, okay? We're going to use both RGB, full-blown color process, and also using black and white mode, either in the Canon printer or the EPSON printer. I think everybody's interested more on the Pro-100, so we're going to go ahead and do that. That should be fun, because then I'm going to walk the camera. Literally, you'll see me walking the camera, and we're going to aim it at the printer as it's coming out, and you will see that it will be neutral. Okay. People want to know how to flush a printer for many reasons, actually, and the best flush is piezo flush. Piezo with a Z. Piezo flush from Inkjet Mall. People think I'm saying PSO. It's piezo flush. And so that is a pink solution that is the most effective way to either unclog a printhead, or to prep it for storage, or to prep it for travel, or to simply clean a specific channel. Now, there are 2 ways to approach that. The person who wanted to know about this wanted to do it on an R3000. Well, that's a stationary card printer, not a printer like the, for example, the P400 that has cartridges right on top. That can be directly cleaned. With the R3000 or newer, like this 600, you would have to load a cartridge, refillable that is, with piezo flush, and then run cleaning cycles. That will waste a hell of a lot of ink. Okay, we'll talk about how to make this the least bit expensive. It's going to be expensive anyway, because piezo flush is not cheap, but it's extremely effective. That should be fun, and that will teach you how to take care of a super stubborn clog. Okay, or simply you just want to put it away for a year. Say you got a job overseas, or you're in the military and you're going to be deployed. You set up the printer for storage that way, and it will be fine when you come back. Okay. Number 10, the last one, will be basically revisiting a very, very common subject. I'm going to read the way I wrote it. Why home printing may not be for you. Its many pitfalls compared to successes. And yeah, if you approach that the wrong way, okay, with the wrong attitude, it's just full of pitfalls until you learn how to do the process correctly in the same every single time. It's like making pancakes. You cannot be making pancakes that come out differently every morning. Okay, you want consistency. You will lose your customers if every day they're different, you see. So there is a way to approach this so that it is consistent and more economical. It's not cheap. It's not going to be cheap. So learn that from the beginning. You're better off going to the lab, okay? But if you want full control over all of your processes, then yes, home printing may be the way out for you as a photographer, whether professional or amateur. All right, that will be it for now. We'll have these videos beginning on this Monday. So be aware that they will always come out at 4 p.m. in the afternoon. And by the way, don't forget, I'm going to put this tonight. Don't forget to put your clocks ahead tonight so that Sunday you will land on my live stream at the correct time. All right? So don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. Keep going to the Facebook group. Ask your questions there. There's a lot of people helping everybody there. And it is just simply a wonderful group that we have formed here. And it's all thanks to you guys. All right. See you the next time. Happy printing, everybody. Don't get too discouraged. It's not that bad. But you need to learn certain things so that it all goes very smooth for you. Happy printing, everybody. Bye-bye.